guys, this is Ginevra here. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I just wanted to show you how I do microneedling from home. And microneedling is not as invasive as laser treatments, but they do definitely puncture the skin, that they really do micro injuries onto the skin, producing kind of like initiating the healing process of the skin. So it's very beneficial if you do have scars, if you do have large pores, I will say, but just don't be fooled. Microneedling and not even lasers can really do much for the pores. Pores cannot be erased; they will always be there. They can be minimized temporarily, but they will always come back to their original size. But you can certainly minimize and smooth out your skin and your scars, which is the real purpose that I use it for. Now, just so you know, I won't tell you to actually speak to dermatologists necessarily, because dermatologists would never tell you to do microneedling on your own at home. They will always encourage you to come to their office and they will do it by a professional. And if that's what you choose to do, that's awesome. Now, I wanted to spare some money, so that's why I kind of researched ways to do it from home and the instruments used for microneedling, and that's the decision I made. Now, the question that you should ask to the dermatologist is whether or not your skin is capable of withstanding dermabrasion or also microneedling. So all these procedures, especially for people who suffer from acne like myself or rosacea, people with sensitive skin, they want to be careful. So it's best to have an opinion from a dermatologist whether or not you can go through this procedure safely. So that's certainly something that you should consider doing before engaging in any type of procedure, generally speaking, from home or from a professional in the office. I usually dry out any oil that I have on my face. I don't wash my face prior to any microneedling session until I numb my skin. So numbing will be the first step that I take. All the products that I'm going to be using are from Amazon, and they're really a good price, so you wouldn't have to spend so much money on it. But the first product that I'll be using is the numb cream. So I wanted to show it to you. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, perfect. So this is the numbing cream that I will be using. Now this cream, I guess it's okay. It's not the best. I've seen better in terms of the effectiveness of the numbing. You will still feel something. It's not that you won't feel anything. Trust me, you will feel something. You will feel your skin punctured. So, but I guess it's a good option. So I will just apply a little bit. And I usually apply on the sections where I know that I will be doing more microneedling. I don't do it in a very uniform way, unfortunately. I usually do on sections of the face where I have more problematic areas, and just spare some areas, or just slightly go on top of that surface, just a little bit, but I won't stay there for too long, especially if I don't have any point. For example, on this part of my forehead, I usually don't touch the area. I usually touch the center area, the cheeks, and all this area. Now, let's talk about people with acne. Now, definitely, if you do have acne, I wouldn't recommend it, and you might say, oh, well, why are you doing it? Well, let me tell you something. You know your skin. If your acne is widespread, it's kind of your skin is very sensitive at the moment, it's quite active, then avoid it until it kind of warms up to the idea of doing any other procedures, and it kind of like becomes a little bit less irritated. Now, in my case, I do have active breakouts, but they're cysts and they're in certain locations. The rest is mostly scars and redness, but underneath I don't feel anything. There's nothing. Because of that, I don't feel threatened by doing this, or I feel there won't be any problems in doing this procedure because of it. But usually you would kind of like try to avoid it if you do have active breakouts. Okay, and I will do just a little bit. As you're noticing, I'm doing most of my cheeks because that's the area where I'll be mostly concerned with. Okay, so that's the first step. I will be waiting 10 minutes so that it kind of like takes a little bit more effect, and then we will be starting doing that. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for 10 minutes, what I usually do is spray with alcohol and disinfect everything and like my working area, and then I usually disinfect the needle and the microneedling pen. So I basically disinfect everything, and like I said, all these products can be purchased from Amazon. So hold on. So this is the needles I'll be using. So basically, they sell different types of needles. When you purchase the microneedling pen the first time, this company, I don't remember the company, I will link everything down below, but basically they sell everything all together except the numbing cream that you have to purchase yourself. I think they sell also the serum with it that I never use. Like it's like a vitamin C serum. I use my own serum, so I don't use that. But basically they put everything all together. And after the first purchase, though, you have to purchase the needles on its own, like by themselves, and they're different sizes. I mean, the size is pretty much the same. I think it's just the quality of the needles. So the quality of the needles and how they're dispersed and the way they're presented, kind of. Some are more dense, some are more spread out. So basically those are 36 needles, so the quantity is different. So there's 42, I think, maximum, which is pretty cool. I haven't found one. I used to have them when I made my first purchase, but when I was at Amazon, I was able to find the 36, the 42 were not available. So that's why, but they were fine. So what I do is I kind of spray, I kind of go like this. I kind of spray onto the needles, and I usually dry it out with a piece of paper or something, because I don't want alcohol kind of hanging there for too long. Basically, I leave a little bit there, and I will just disinfect everything. So let me just disinfect everything. I'll be right back. So let's explain a few things regarding the microneedling pen. So the microneedling pen, so I disinfected everything, but basically it comes with a wire, a charger, and a battery. So you can use the pen while it's charging, attached to the wire, or you can charge the battery, which is what I'm doing, and then attach it to the pen. Now, I prefer doing that because I don't want the wire to be obstructing the process. Like while I'm handling it, it's annoying. So I usually charge the battery at least half an hour before I use it. Now, the pen itself, so basically you will insert the needle on top, and you kind of like turn it until kind of like it's hard and you cannot turn it anymore. And then here, that's where the battery will go. Right now it's charging, it's almost done. And basically there's a rotating system over here, and where you can control the depth of the needle. So, and then on here there's a button over here. This is to control the velocity, so the speed of how fast the needles will penetrate the skin. My recommendation is that the deeper you go, the faster you should go. If you're red, because it will provoke redness, that will initiate already the healing process. It's almost tricking the skin. Okay, you have an injury, we have to combat these injuries and heal the area. So basically it's like tricking the skin cells, and stimulating the cells. So really that's what the purpose is. So you don't have to bleed in order to do that. However, if you do bleed, good for you, because usually those are really aggressive, that you can get really nice results from that, because it means you're going very aggressively, and I don't like to do that, especially because I'm not a professional. I want to do it slowly, little by little, and get results over time. So I already washed my face. I use my favorite cleanser that I usually use in the evening, and I just washed off the residue of the numbing cream, and now my face, I actually feel that I numbed a little bit my lips by mistake. But yes, so we're ready to go. Now, one thing it's important to know, that the microneedling pen the needles won't slide on the skin dry very well, so you have to use some type of serum to make sure the sliding process, when you're going like this, moving across your face, that it's a smooth process, because if it starts skipping on the skin, it can be very damaging, so you don't want to do that. So let's I'll show you what I use. This is the Boost Peptide Face Serum, which kind of like promotes growth of cells, stimulates the cell growth, so it's really good for this matter. But you can use whatever serum you want. Some people use hyaluronic acid, something hydrating, which is fine, especially because you're going to puncture your skin, so it needs hydration. So usually I start doing this. And I start like massaging onto my face. But I will be starting from the center on my forehead to initial. So we'll start from there. And I will be using serum a lot, okay? So we'll be pressing this bottom over here. Keep it pressed. You choose the depth that you want, and I'll maintain this speed just because you don't want something too deep in this area. Like I wouldn't want it. I do have some scars, but it's pretty delicate. And again, I'm not doing the entire forehead. Some people do the entire face, which I think it's great, but I don't feel I have too many problems around these areas, so. So as you can see, I'm going very gently, very slow, making sure you're not skipping. If you start to skip the skin or kind of you see bumps and stuff, it means that it's too dry, so you need a little bit more serum. I usually bleed in this area. This area is the only place where right now I'm bleeding most of the time. The other places, not really. I think I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, like 0.75, and I'm gonna increase the speed. So as you go deeper, you increase the speed. And some people are kind of like, they're not very delicate. They're a little bit aggressive, go like this. Oh, no. You don't do that. Slowly. Okay guys, so I'm moving to the rest of my face. So I'm gonna go back to the area. I'm not done yet, but now I start slowly. And I do have a breakout over here that's like going away, but I don't wanna. And these are like, my husband kissed me, so it's not acne, but it gave me like red spots because he has beard, so oh my god, I hate it. But basically what you would do, this is too low for me. I'm gonna go with 1.5, I'm gonna increase the speed. Now we're talking. And I concentrate on this area. And I'm not feeling anything. I guess then the numbing cream worked. I'm gonna go even deeper, guys, and I'm going, okay, now we're talking. So I'm going with 2.5 depth, okay? And I'm going the faster that I can go. It's becoming too dry. This thing is absorbed to the skin so fast, it's amazing. Okay, so I did this side, we're gonna do this side a little bit, but I'm going back and forth. And I would avoid going this deep, like under the eyes. I don't would even touch the eyes, to be honest with you. I just go like around here, but not on here. Okay, we're all finished. Usually that I do microneedling for a half an hour or so, and as you can see, I'm actually you don't see it, but I am quite red. It's just that this lighting is horrible, so you can really see how red I am. But I am quite red, except on this section over here. As I said, I didn't touch it as much. So at this point, that's my microneedling session. I'll try to post one every month, and I'll try to take pictures the morning after to see how my skin is and the condition of my skin, how it's healing, and I'm going to kind of report the improvements, if there are any, or if you can see any, every month. I hope you like this video. Please make sure to subscribe and like and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!